What's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer, and welcome to your daily silver stacking video. Thank you for tuning in and supporting the silver stacking community. The best way to support this video is by liking the video and leaving a comment, especially with a controversial topic like this. I really encourage you to do so this video, this conversation can reach as many silver stackers as possible. We're going to get into a lot of stuff, and yes, it is going to be extremely controversial. We're talking about YouTube censoring silver stacking channels. I've been making silver videos on YouTube for roughly 7+ years now. So I've seen it all, right? I've seen the shifts from silver becoming more popular to dying down to Wall Street silver to everything, even the virus. So I really want to just show I guess the audience a little bit of the behind the scenes and also ask you all what you think about this. Now, it's not really looking at what's happened so far, but where it's going. I think as silver becomes more popular, as channels at least like mine that also talk about economics, that expose the truth or the value of the dollar or the financial system, those channels are going to be more at risk compared to a just plain old silver stacking channel that's talking about coins versus bars. You get what I'm saying? There's different types of channels out there. Mine definitely does talk a lot more about the economy, what decisions Biden's making with the Green New Deal, or that they can go all the way to interest rates, or showing the national debt, or talking about anything along those lines. It is going to be risky. When we go into censorship, there's a little bit of a gray area. I'm talking not only just about YouTube, but more about the information being given and how that could damage a channel, or I guess another channel comparing to silver stacking channels, at least the ones that are exposing the truth, their viewership. So when we go into this, I really want you to keep an open mind. I really want you to throw your advice out there as well. If you're another silver stacking channel, let me know what you think about this conversation as well. Now, I am starting to do something when I show just my face cam. I want to start showing like a coin of the day. Last time I showed the Rwanda series, the year of the pig. It was a beautiful coin. This video, I'm going to be showing a 1989 panda. Now, if you guys don't know, since the plastic's on it, it's kind of hard to see, but if you guys don't know, I absolutely love pandas. Pandas are by far my favorite silver coin. And it's actually kind of funny because right now, since it started in China, a lot of people are mad at China, and pandas almost lost a little bit of value because of that, which is interesting, but that's a whole separate video. Now, I started my channel a long time ago, and my first big purchase, which this is a little bit of a side thing real quick, was a PF70 Ultra Cameo Moon Festival Panda. I loved it. I bought it for like $100. The coin did really good within a short amount of time, very low mintage number. And that was my channel logo for years and years, even in my intros of my videos. So I've always just fell in love with pandas, and this is the oldest panda I've ever had, and I just think it's really cool, so I wanted to show that with you all. Let me know what you think about that coin. So let's go back to the subject. YouTube definitely recommends certain types of videos to a certain audience, right? That's why you'll see makeup channels. That's why you'll see gaming channels do so good, and that's because they also have a much wider audience. Silver stacking is starting to come into the younger crowd, since you have, like Bitcoin being the mascot in 2016. Younger generation saw, hey, you actually can make money investing. But most people missed the Bitcoin boat. So then Wall Street silver came, and now silver's their chance. Plus, you have apps like Robinhood, that make investing so much easier. Back in the day, even, I'm 29 years old, so I could even say this, investing when I was 18, it was more of like a Wall Street thing. It was like suit and tie guys, right? It wasn't, you wouldn't see an 18-year-old investing heavily into stocks or any of that, of that type of reality. It really wasn't. But nowadays you see 18-year-olds heavily invested, making a lot of money, right? Even off like Dogecoin and crypto. So I do see that more people would find silver even more naturally than they would back in the day. So the silver stacking community is rapidly growing. Look at Wall Street Silver has 180,000 members. I see personally on my channel as well a lot of younger stackers. I really want to focus this around moving forwards. We know that silver is becoming more mainstream, and that is the one thing, the one investment that really does expose the truth, even more so than crypto, right? We could make the argument that precious metals and crypto are similar, which they are. They both rebel against the dollar. But silver really hits home more on an SHTF, don't trust banking type system. I mean, if you want an example, a lot of you came into the silver stacking world from being a prepper, right? A doomsday prepper, thinking that stuff's going to hit the fan. So when we move forwards, we have to be very careful with our words. I know I've made videos in the past where I'm like, if I put this out, it could definitely, I guess, push the boundaries. I guess that's the point, is on YouTube, there's not really much room to go with, I guess, striking a channel that's giving or exposing the truth. I worry that moving forwards that will happen. You see like Joe Rogan with Spotify, they censor him. Now he is pushing misinformation with the virus. They could deem the narrative to whatever they want. You want an example? The best example I could think of is the Hunt brothers in 1980. This is exactly what I'm saying could, and actually now that I think about it, this is extremely relevant in moving forwards of the point I'm trying to make of how it could happen to silver stacking channels. So let's talk about this. If you guys don't know, I made like a 4-part docu-series on the Hunt brothers, what actually happened. I did a lot of research, covered a lot of different articles, and I basically have the story down pretty good, or to my understanding at least, not just the face value of the story. So the 3 brothers, they started investing into silver. They chose silver because it was illegal to buy gold at the time. You couldn't own gold, which is interesting enough already, just in 1980. But they started investing into silver, right? And they bought so much that they owned, some say, up to 77% of the global silver supply. 77%, right? So obviously the government had to do something. I'm not going to go too much into that. That's a whole separate video itself as well. But the point is that they turned all the contracts and on the COMEX into physical delivery. Now, 3 people owning 77% of the world's silver supply obviously wasn't going to fly, under the government's radar. They had to put a stop to it, so they banned silver. You couldn't buy silver. Literally, you couldn't. It's called Silver Rule 7. But the point is, the government had to do something, so they banned silver, and the story blew up. So imagine if, it's on the news, people are saying, why did they invest into silver? Do you think the government wanted the truth to come out that they were investing into silver because they realize the dollar is becoming worthless and that silver is a great way to preserve your wealth and take the power out of their hands and put it? No, the government didn't want the truth to come out. So you know what they did? They twisted the narrative and made the Hunt brothers seem like these evil criminals that were trying to do something, corner the market in some like illegal way. They did that so people wouldn't see the truth of why they're investing, and made them seem like the bad guys instead of just 3 normal brothers trying to invest money into something that stores its value. So if you see what I'm saying, they don't want the truth to get out. And if I'm going to sit here and talk about the worthless aspect of the dollar and why you need to put your money in this, the dollar is, or I guess silver is, a direct threat to the dollar. It really is. It's a direct threat to the dollar. When you're in debt, you're a slave to the system. They want you investing in, or not even just investing, they want your money pegged to things that are the dollar. That's why they're going to push stocks. That's why you're going to see JP Morgan, calling Bitcoin a scam. That's why you're going to see even central banks trying to heavily regulate the crypto space, is because the dollar's only as strong as people think it is. So if people literally think the dollar's not strong, it isn't. There's nothing backing it, right? It really is all based off of perception. And since the virus exposed how broke the United States really is, that's dangerous since it is the world's reserve currency. Every country across the world relies on the dollar's strength. And it's lost 98% of its purchasing power. And we're $30 trillion in debt. And yes, we hit 30 trillion. I remember when it was like 26. So I guess what I'm getting to is, the longer time goes on and things become even more shaky, and yes, they will become more shaky. We're talking about 7 rate hikes this year, and then for the next year alone, there's going to be a lot of just a lot of talk, a lot of controversy, a lot of conspiracy in these silver stacking channels, and especially as silver becomes more mainstream, are going to get heard, right? We just started the silver stacking podcast, and we're talking about a lot of stuff in it. We have an hour time window that our podcasts usually run for, and we cover a lot of different things, and a lot of it does have to do with the government or the financial system, or talking about the truth that they don't want to get out. Now that now that silver, especially with Wall Street, silver came out, and people are starting to look for alternatives, and precious metals is the safe haven. We're going to see a lot of people asking a lot of questions, a lot of people finding silver that normally have never invested a single dollar in their entire life. We're going to see that more and more and more. And they haven't caught on yet. Remember, the silver stacking community is extremely small on YouTube. It really is. Even more so than gold. Not on YouTube, I would say. I think silver is more popular than gold on YouTube, but gold is a much bigger market than silver itself. That's why silver's so volatile, because X amount of dollars gets thrown into gold compared to silver. Since silver's a much smaller market, the percentages are a lot higher. If gold's going to drop 10%, silver's going to drop 15, and vice versa. That's why they call it the devil's metal, or a riskier version of gold. But silver is coming on strong, especially as silver's value, the price, starts to rise. Even more people will want to jump on the silver train. You want a little bit of context? The fourth quarter of 2021 was record sales for silver. Even the first month of January, the U.S. Mint sold 5 million American Eagles alone. Usually they produce around 13 million per year, and they already sold 5 million the first month. Perth Mint and Royal Mint also talking about record-setting or record-breaking highs of silver sales. So people are hopping on board, and that also is going to entail more attention, more people asking questions, and more people taking their money out of something that's attached to the banks into their own hands. This could be dangerous. Now, I don't want to try to make it seem like I'm exaggerating the situation, but I really do think that silver channels are going to be suppressed to some extent. And that only makes sense, just like alien videos are going to be suppressed or covered up. People that talk about very controversial things, they get censored and even like banned on Twitter, by yada yada. So I really want us to support each other, and that's why in the beginning of my intros I always say, thank you for supporting the silver stacking community, because we really are a community, and there's strength in numbers. And I want silver channels to become more mainstream. I want to see more silver stacking channels that get that verified check mark, reaching 100,000 subscribers. Let's all support each other. Even smaller channels. I still support smaller channels because I want everyone that is pushing the narrative of the worthless aspect of the dollar and silver's true value to get some attention out there. The more you guys like the videos and comment, that pushes the YouTube algorithm in video engagement, so it recommends that video to more people. That sidebar on the right that shows all the videos? Those are the recommended. And those get on that sidebar by liking the videos and commenting. If the video doesn't get much attention, there's going to be another silver stacking video that's replaced on that sidebar. So liking the videos and commenting really does help. And the most important part of those recommended videos in the sidebar is people that have no idea about silver might get a video on that sidebar. They click on it and now they just got the seed planted of silver, or how valuable silver is. I'm sure that happened to a lot of you. So, moving forwards, I really want to reach new audiences, right? Broaden the horizons. I want people that have never invested a single dollar in their entire life to find silver. When I get those types of emails or comments, it's the best feeling ever, because I know that I planted a seed and just basically saved someone's life financially. Because when you're keeping your money in your bank account, your money's burning away, literally. And silver's the only safe way, in my opinion, to store your wealth. So make sure you support other channels as well moving forwards, especially if silver channels start to not really. And here's the thing. It's not like YouTube is going to see this video and say, oh, this guy. It's more algorithmic. It's and by the way, the YouTube AI system is very smart. Is very smart. You can, they hear every single word I'm saying. That's why I can't use certain words like, COVID, because the YouTube algorithm bot will hear that word and already deem it, or won't share it as much, because I'm talking about a touchy subject. And that's the truth. That's also why I can't use other certain words. So if they can hear that, and that the bot's getting smarter, you could already start to see the direction it's going, trying to grasp what people are talking about. And if it is sensitive, which I know that they change their guidelines in terms all the time, to what you can say, things are getting more censored, and it is going down the path of now being so political, that it would be silver stackers in that target zone compared to a lot of other types of videos out there. And I think you can agree on that. That's probably why you're investing into silver, because you also know the truth. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Like I said, please like the video. Please leave a comment, share it. It really would help. Also, watching the videos all the way through, audience retention time is also important. And, do your part, right? I play my role in making the videos and trying to get the content out there. And your role is to support the videos. And I'm not talking about my channel. I'm just talking about silver stacking channels in general. It's really important. I do that with any silver stacking video I come across. I'm going to like it. A lot of times I'll leave a comment just to support that channel. Actually, I should start bringing back shout out Saturdays. I used to do this thing where every Saturday I'd find a really small silver stacking channel and I would shout them out to let not only the channel get get more exposure, but also for you guys to find some new channels as well. Maybe I'll bring that back, because it is, strengths in numbers, and we're all just trying to help each other out, especially if things do start to get a little more suppressed. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was 1, educational, 2, informational, 3, at least entertaining, I would love to know your thoughts on this. What do you think is going to happen, and do you think it is happening to the degree? Like I said, right now, I don't think it's as exaggerated as some people might put it, but I do think it will get to that point, and that's why we have to stick together. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.